Hello and welcome to this video tutorial on Automod Rulesets in MEE6. We're going to look at what Automod Rulesets are and how to set them up to help moderate your server. Log into the MEE6 dashboard. Click on the moderator link on the left side, which will take you to the moderator page. We're going to look at the Automod Rulesets section. The other sections in the Moderator plugin will be covered in separate videos. Most Automod rulesets are available to all MEE6 servers. Two rulesets, external links and server invites, are available if you have MEE6 Premium. At the bottom of the Automod Ruleset section is a switch. This doesn't do what it says it does. Apparently, it is mislabeled. If it is enabled, it won't log bot actions in the audit logs. You can leave this disabled. Each ruleset has 4 settings. Disabled. This means it is switched off. There is no moderation for this ruleset. Delete message. Messages that are moderated by this ruleset will be deleted and a private message will be sent to the member explaining why their message was deleted. Warn member. Messages that are moderated will remain, and the member will receive a warning that will be posted in the channel that their message was moderated in. And a private message will be sent to the member explaining why their message was moderated. Delete message and warn member. Messages that are moderated are deleted, and the member will receive a warning which will be posted in the channel that their message was moderated in. And a private message will be sent to the member explaining why their message was moderated. Which ones you use are entirely up to you. Personally, for the rulesets that aren't disabled, I prefer the delete message and warn member setting. Automod rulesets can be configured so that you can allow or deny roles and channels from these checks. Some roles are immune to Automod rulesets, initially those with administrator permissions. These can be found in the Admin tab. You can also add other roles here, for example moderators, that will then be immune. Let's look at the roles and permissions of one of the rulesets. What you see here is the same for all of the rulesets. Click on the 3 lines and circles to open the configuration page. Role permissions lets you deny or allow roles. Deny means that members will have this ruleset checking them, except if they have a role listed here. Allow is the opposite to this. The easiest way to remember is for this example of bad words. Deny, bad words, except for these roles. Allow, bad words, except for these roles. Channel permissions let you deny or allow channels. Deny means that channels will have this ruleset checking them, except if it is a channel listed here. Allow is the opposite to this. The easiest way to remember is for this example of bad words. Deny bad words except for these channels. Allow bad words except for these channels. Here are a couple of examples. This one for bad words shows that only role 1 can use bad words, and only in general chat can bad words be used by that role. This one for server invites shows that everyone except for role 2 can send server invites, and it can only send them in the game channel. Let's look at the other settings from each of the Automod rulesets. Repeated text, server invites, excessive caps, and Zalgo do not have any additional settings. They only need roles and channel permissions to be configured. Bad words will moderate any words that you add in this section. Bad words has 2 options. We will look at these in a moment. To add a word to either option, type it in, then type a comma which will enter the word and highlight it in blue. Repeat for additional words, then save. You can copy and paste a comma-separated list of words into either option. Once you've pasted it in, type a comma to have all words highlighted in blue, then save. Now let's look at the 2 options and how they work. Exact match will only moderate if a word matches exactly a word that is listed in this section. If I add the word show to this section, MEE6 would only moderate show. It would not moderate shows, showed, or showing. Match any part of the word will moderate any word that contains a word that is listed in this section. If I add the word cat to this section, MEE6 would moderate cat, cats, scatter, and cathode. So if you use this section, you need to think carefully about what you add, as MEE6 may end up moderating words that you didn't intend it to moderate. External links will moderate any links that are posted. The exceptions box lets you add any website you wish to allow. For example, if you want members to use GIFs in Discord which are from Tenor, then you can add tenor.com. No need to type in HTTPS or www or anything after the .com. Just type that in, then type a comma to highlight the URL in blue, and then save. Allow Discord links lets members post links to Discord channels or other posts without those links being moderated. Excessive emojis will moderate messages with too many emojis in them. In the settings, you can specify how many emojis a single message can have before being moderated. In this case, if a message has 3 or more emojis, it will be moderated. Excessive spoilers will moderate messages with too many spoiler tags in them. In the settings, you can specify how many spoiler tags a single message can have before being moderated. In this case, if a message has 5 separate spoiler tags, it will be moderated. Excessive mentions will moderate messages with too many mentions in them. In the settings, you can specify how many mentions a single message can have before being moderated. In this case, if a message has 5 separate mentions, it will be moderated. Anti-spam will moderate messages if there are too many in a channel from a member within a certain time frame. In the settings, you can specify how many messages a member can send in a channel in a certain time before MEE6 will start moderating messages from that member. In this case, a member can send up to 3 messages in 60 seconds. If the member tries to send more messages within 60 seconds, they will be moderated. That covers all of the Automod rule sets. In other videos, I will cover automated actions and restricted channels.